My name is Gower Campbell. At birth, we don't get a choice in what surname we're given. But this is a film to my future self, in the hope that something that we didn't opt for has meaning. It's a passage of names, our very identities, and those among us, a name can be a kinship. Take for example as a Campbell, where it's not just a surname, but a tribe, going back 800 years of clan history, to learn about how modern communities still accept their ancestry. Have a good day. I've travelled all this way to the rural parts of Scotland. See ya! The clan Campbell has left its mark on this town's memories, coffee, and stories. I'm here at the Castle Archives in Inverary to ask, what does this ancestry mean, and what does it entail?
I think probably the first thing I would say, beware of stories. Because one of the troubles we have in the archive, people will come and ask questions about this and they're determined to find out.
What then connects us to the past?
They may only have an awareness of maybe 2 generations or 3 generations.
And what allows us then to be aware of this reflection?
Yeah, the fact that we have this huge archive which is very well catalogued and it's an ongoing process.
It's still growing.
Very much.
So the parish records you have?
Sometimes gives you a glimpse into the social life of the time.
Are they accurate?
Not every parish was very good at keeping records, and quite a lot have been lost. In some there's no records whatsoever of burials or deaths.
How do you trace back the truth?
Keep going back, you keep going back and back. Documented evidence. And then when you come to a story which you've heard before and it says, history has it that, you think, something's not adding up here.
We're responsible for making sure it's accurate, what information we're passing on.
Because then I've got what really happened.
And a feeling of belonging.
We're surrounded by history. It makes me ask, are we really a part of all this?
How do you know it's in focus?
What was it originally like to be a part of a clan?
And this is a source of history, but in those days they didn't function as a clan, they functioned as a group of families, and I prefer to call that kindred rather than a clan.
Yet you find that in this land.
DNA is people searching for their ancient roots rather than just their granny's heel and hame types. But then it really should start with, where did my family come from in a certain place?
Here in Inverary, the vital spark of this heritage is in their community. Even then, it's
curiosity, but I know a lot of people in the new world, there's an identity crisis.
After staying a night here in Inverary, I found myself speaking to those at the History Society, attending one of their meetings, where I found out
so many names have been lost because in the old days, and we've missed it by a generation. If people had our sort of interest in this stuff and started recording and writing down what the old people knew 100 odd years ago, the richness would have been 10 times, 1,000 times what we have at the moment. So I found this out in my lifetime, and that was the date, 1439, and that was the names of rivers in the charter. I went to the modern Ordnance Survey map. The edition would be present day, just maybe 10 years old. And I just looked for them all, and there I found every one of them 600 years later. Because every field, every sizable stone had a name and stories associated with it along the way. I mean, I'm only just catching a few places here and there out of the rich landscape, named landscape, storied landscape.
I believe it is important for people to know about their home, their community, and our
houses, their stories is recorded, all the people staying throughout all the years.
Why is it so important for us to know our history?
Every generation has got a story of their time. It's important to get them all recorded. So if that's not preserved as much as possible for more generations to come.
They'll be lost. What is the future of your community's heritage?
What used to go on in the past and what's going to happen in the future. Because I've lived here all my life and we're doing what we're doing, heritage in general, heritage to me is something that's we used to have. I don't know, maybe I'm not grasping the word, probably what heritage means, but you can't keep something that was 50 years ago and still have it now, because things have all progressed and it's different. But the only thing about heritage would be trying to keep a community spirit.
I think human nature comes into this. It's history. A lot of it's history. The way things used to be done. The people that used to be here were all trying to help each other. That was real community spirit.
A community grows with such a spirit and is not left behind by its members. It lives on in the records we keep of them.
Actually, the bridge here was a borderline of the end of the Duke's policies. Invert era. Village at the mouth of the river. During the Second World War, the troops came up here training for D-Day, and they were stationed all in the trees there, all round here. The names, these soldiers who were here during the war.
Leaving their mark, we remember these names of ours.
They are the memory of the nation, the memory of the people, and the district and the family. So, and they extend far beyond the memory of man.
That there is more to a place, a name, and a person in our heritage. Go out.